women start to get themselves in trouble is when they start climbing the hierarchies of the corporate ladder. They start going back and getting their master's degrees, and they're going and getting doctorates, and they're going and chasing extremely high paying and extremely above the shoulders domineering type of jobs and careers that ultimately make them hard, not soft, or makes it very difficult to find a man to settle down with because she makes too much money and she's too educated and her pool has gotten smaller. I'm not saying that women should get married and then fully forgo any, again, but this goes back to the point we said earlier. It's like how their marriage lasted however long, 25, 35 years, you said. During that 35 years, what's stopping her from learning skills? What's stopping her from learning how to trade financially? What's stopping her from learning how to invest in the stock market? There's absolutely nothing. So
yeah, exactly.
We're not talking. It's this false dichotomy of if you get married, you'll be fully dependent on a man and you'll just be a hapless idiot versus get married when you're young, when your value is high, to a man that is going to most likely take care of you, but hedge your bets, learn how money works, learn how to leverage debt, learn how to keep some own money and keep your own rainy day fund. I'm totally fine with that for situations like this.
I agree with that. But I think what I've been hearing you guys say for the past few hours is a woman's sole purpose is the kitchen, the house, all that fun stuff. Being a wife didn't mean learning money, learning all that fun stuff that you just kind of mentioned. So
it's secondary. It's not the first thing. Yeah. But like, you better not be going and learning. I'm not taking online classes if the dishes aren't done, the laundry's not done, my house isn't clean, like the food's not made. Yeah. That should come fourth or fifth, or sixth on the priority list, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. Right, your primary job and your primary idea is the pink jobs because I'm taking care of making the money. I don't need you learning how to make money. I'm already doing that. And plus, like any guy worth his salt, like I said, he'd find a way if he's going to divorce. Like he's already doing it. He's bound by law to continue to take care of your mom. I mean, it's not like, even if you didn't get married, I think a guy that's honorable would still find a way to make sure she's taken care of. Maybe he's not an honorable guy. I mean, clearly if he's cheating, but this idea that women that when they get divorced, they're these hapless, helpless creatures. It's just not the reality. And it's hard to say this because I know how close this is to you. It's your life. It's your family. And so you're right there close to it. But I'm talking about things on a grander scale. I'm talking about things in the majority and the probability of what's most likely to happen, not what's less likely to happen.
That is true. That's what I was going to touch on with the majority thing. Obviously my situation's not the majority. However, a lot more than you would think, people get in relationships and then the husband cheats because they have all this power over a woman just because they make the bread, they make all that.
That's generally not why men cheat in relationships, though. Men generally cheat in relationships because they're not getting laid by their wives, because their wives either get fat or they stop paying attention to them, they lose interest in sex, and now they're just a plow horse and they have no intimacy for their wives. So of course they're going to run off. They are bound by marriage, by this contract, to only have sex and sleep with one person for the rest of their lives, and they're not getting it. And there's no law that says you must submit and give sex to your husband. That's not part of the marriage contract. That's why men cheat for the most part. This idea, this idea that these powerful men are just running off with their secretaries, it's not the case. It's just not happening on these, like the way people are saying that it is. And that's the narrative that I'm trying to kill here, is that these ideas of the worst possible scenario being the most likely is just untrue. Let me get this super chat really quick. I don't want to get you to chime in. Ladies, seriously, a beautiful woman radiates grace, warmth, and loyalty. Her strength lies in her femininity, bringing peace and inspiration to man's life, complimenting and uplifting him while staying grounded in empathy and emotional intelligence. A lot of words there, but I pretty much agree with all that sort of stuff. So again, that's all I'm trying to say here. It's like, I know it's hard because it's your situation and you're super close to it and it's what you see, but this idea that these just swaths of men, do you ladies realize that most men, 80% plus of men, are absolutely invisible to you because they're unattractive and you don't see them?
Yeah.
Yes, Bella realizes, you all know.
Facts.
So to sit here and say men are these two-timing, womanizing guys who are making all this money, and it's like the show Mad Men, clink, clink, making a drink while I'm doing business deals. That's not, you're talking about 10 to 15% of all men. All men this, all men that. No, you're only talking about the men that you know of, that you can see, that aren't invisible. You're not talking about the fat dude in his mom's basement eating Cheetos, makes $40,000 a year. You're not even talking about you're not even talking about the plumber, the construction worker that gets up every day at 4 o'clock to go pound and hammer nails
cheating on her wife
for $20 an hour, who hasn't gotten laid in 2 years because women don't even look at him. This is, and that's the whole issue with this all men narrative. When we say most women, we're actually talking about most women. When you all say most men, you're only talking about the small percent of men that even exist to you. Most of them are absolutely invisible and have no chance.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.